Hey guys, Jameson with Werkz Holsters, and today I'm going to be shooting the bill drill 10 times back to back with no cuts. Got a clean target here, 7 yards measured out, 21 feet for the stick. I have this ready to go for score. I'm going to tape up after each one, show you the hits, and I'm looking for consistency every time. My goal is 2 seconds or less. 2-0 wouldn't be a fail. 2-0-0 or under is good. And then all alphas, line breaks count as per USPSA from concealment. Let me get one draw on real quick. All right. First one, stand by. .218, I see Charlie's already. Nice trigger freeze. Tension in my firing hand. Looks like one Charlie. 2 there, 1. All right, clean target. Let's do that again. Relax firing hand, stand by. Oof. 206. Still tension. I'm kind of watching the dot now, I feel like, too. Sorry, I didn't show you the first one there. Here's 206. It was a fail either way, so, but 206 for time. And let's grab our taper. Looks like 3 and 3, so 3 alpha center and then 3 high Charlies. I'm watching the dot. That's what's producing that result there. And just a little over time. Okay, clean target. And focus on small spot on that target. All right. Stand by. Oof, starting to creep up yet still. New mag. .196 for time. That was my first under 2. 1.96. And let's look at, got a line break, 2 Charlie. So that's definitely a line break, 4 alpha 2 Charlie. I did 3, that was 3 and 3, my bad. 4 alpha 2 Charlie. All right. Run number 4. Stand by. We have a 199 for time. I think I kept it in there. I have a line break up top, I think. That felt a lot better visually. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That looks like 2 there. I'm going to call that 2 because it looks like it. And the top one, still line break there. So 6 alpha, sorry. First pass. I want to call it that. Six alpha. First pass. My draw was a 124 with a 15, 16, 15, 15, and 14 split. Running a pretty much an all factory Glock Gen 5 45. I have the brass plug in there and an optic. And the iron sight Delito. All right, stand by. One high. Another 196 for time. 9, 6. Let's see our hits. I think it's 1 Charlie. Yeah, I'm still watching that dot a little bit, I feel like. 1 Charlie there. I'm holding pretty good in here mostly, but still want to see a little better. So 1 Charlie. Almost. All right, so that was 4-5, so I have one more round in this mag. Stand by. Too high. I had a bad grip, but I sent it. 197 for time. I think that's 2 Charlie. I felt those go high with my, that was a bad grip in that case. Yeah. 2 Charlie, 1, 2, 3, 4. For a 2. Whoops. That's a Charlie. Okay. And then new mag. Okay. Goes out of here too. Stand by. Really good visual focus there. A little slow. Over confirmation on the draw, which shows my 209 time. 2.09 for time. Check out our hits. It's all there. It's just a little too slow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right. Stand by. Really bad trigger freeze. 2.20. I bet those were like 1.8 to 2, or oof, pretty slow splits there, like 2 5s and 1.8s, yeah. 2.20 for time though. Really bad trigger freeze. All alpha. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have one more mag from this one, I believe. Yep. Stand by. That was really bad. Bad draw. 237. Fought through that. Oof. I think it's like 3 or 4 Charlies up high. 237. And I bet that's 4 alphas up top. Or 4 Charlies, I mean. That felt high. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. 2 alpha. 1, 2, 3 or 4 Charlie, sorry. 2, 4. Fail either way. According to the standard, at least, if you want to call it that. Forgot that one, that's all alphas, I believe. I'll double check afterwards and make a note if need to be, but I think that was all alphas. And then 2 alpha, 4 Charlie, and last run. Double check that guy. Need a mag for. All right, last run. Trigger freeze, but really good visual. Focus on that center there. 2.2 for time. And I think that was all alpha. I mean, that felt really good. Visually, it was just super slow on that first shot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All alpha. There we go. That is the target. Did all right. Guess the real question is, what does standard mean? Right? Let's target from this point of view here, this phone. Looking at tendencies, you know, I'm a little bit high here. That's my visual. That's me looking at the dot and watching it come up and kind of shooting here. Left to left to right, really good left to right. And my times are all close. That was 6 alpha. So 2.1806, 196, 199, 196, 197, 209, 220, 220, 1 official pass. But consistency wise, I didn't do a 10 for 10 out of 10. I expect to. That looks relatively consistent. All right, so what do you guys think? Did I completely fail only getting it one time? Or is this a pretty tough thing to do back to back? Personally, I think it is it's you know, performance on demand, time after time again. Is this a standard? Well, to me, a standard is I can meet this 8 or 9 times out of 10 on demand cold, you know, and I shot it cold in this case. That was the first shots of the day at the range. I think more it's a PR, right? That 2-second build drill you hear about, people shooting it clean. I don't know if many folks can do it 10 out of 10 times. If you really practice just the build drill and things to support that, maybe you can pull it off a little bit better. But at the same time, show up to a match and go shoot the match, and all your time spent doing a build drill isn't going to help you a whole lot within a match, because there's a whole lot more to shooting than just one target 6 times, right? There's transitions to the next target with your vision. There is movement, entrances and exits, that kind of stuff, which is huge and where people lose a lot of time normally, especially when they're like B class and below. Especially, you see a lot of that where they can maybe do a fast build drill, but look how inefficient they are when it comes to the movement in the course of fire. Recently, I just made masterclass in carry optics from concealment using the same rig, which is my Glock 45 here, and I've been running that in my Bisect Widecar holster. This has been pretty awesome. I do work for Werkz, so it's not a, I guess it is a paid, this is paid for in a sense, kind of. But anyway, so, you know, doing this, showing up to the range, it was a fun time. I invite you out to go out and do it as well and see how you do. Feel free to film it, post it up as well. It'd be cool to see. But it's harder than some might think, you know, and from concealment, you know, in my case, I have some room there still to improve when it comes to my draw to first shot over confirmation. That was the big killer for me, I would say, more than anything, because I had a lot of times that were a little bit above 2 seconds, but it was clean for hits. I had a few times where I had some tension in my firing hand, which would slow down because you would hear the inconsistencies from shot to shot time-wise. And then I had some watching the dot, so I'm shooting, gun moves up, and my eyes want to follow the dot because I'm looking at it. So my next shots are coming up, and that's what's going on there. So improving on those 3 aspects there is good for me to do. At the same time, I'm not too worried about trying to improve this 50%, right? I'd rather just go and work other stuff like entrances, exits, you know, weight loss, you know, getting stronger, things like that that'll actually help me in a given match or, you know, your given gunfight, because not everything's just going to be static standstill like that. So, yeah, thanks for watching. Have a great day.